Hello and welcome to Gumbo's Flying Circus. I'm Gumbo, and I just thought I'd do a quick video, more of talking about the first week after the release of the F14B Tomcat by Heatblur Simulations for DCS World 2.5. So just to give an overview, the F14B has come out obviously, and loads of videos and streams and everything else has been going on. We've been absolutely enjoying it, and loads of people have been flying it practically all the time, not flying anything else, which really shows how anticipated and how loved this aircraft was, not just in the real world but now in DCS, so that's been really awesome. So the lead up to release was, once the date came out on the 13th that we would get the F14 finally in our hands, everyone kind of went nuts for it really, and we started counting down the days and looking forward to the F14 coming out, and some people took time off work, or took time off work the day after or for the next few days just so they could get in there and start flying it and enjoying it. And we've seen a lot of flights, and I've actually thought it's been absolutely excellent to see that kind of enthusiasm for an aircraft that was much loved, of course, in the Top Gun movie, etc., as we all know. But it's definitely something that's come out and has caught everyone's imagination, and that just really goes to show how great a job Heatblur have really done on this module. And it's not often we say that in the DCS community. We had the thing VEAO about the Hawk. Razbam have been getting some flack from people, of course, over updates and things, and they want feature complete on the Harrier, and I understand that, but the F14 really has hit the nail on the head and has taken it to the next level, I feel, which is I think everyone else's feelings as well. So on the actual release day, we were all sat around chatting and trying to get the time to pass a bit quicker, that we would actually have the F14 in our hands. Now the time wasn't given out, as we all know now, and but we sort of anticipated that it would be around anywhere from 2 PM GMT up to 6 PM GMT around that time. And thinking back to the Hornet launch, where the servers were not at their best, and some of us had to wait for a long time to get the Hornet on that day, and there were some various issues and rollout problems, but the F14 didn't seem to have any of that, at least from not my perspective. I was able to download it and get the module real quick, so I downloaded the 6 gig and then the 2 gig download and installed it, and away I went. And I think a lot of people had that experience, which has been absolutely lovely, really smooth, really quick, easy. Although the download times suffered for some people in certain areas, nevertheless they got it. And as soon as we got it in our hands, screenshots were being posted, videos were being put up, everyone was talking about it, saying how great they thought it was, they can't believe they've got it now. And all of these kind of thoughts and feelings around this aircraft and around this module was really nice to see, really great, and has been great fun to be a part of, even from just an enthusiast kind of point of view. Even if you're not milsim and you don't want to do it everything by the book, there's a lot of enjoyment to be had with this module. So the cockpit, when getting first into the cockpit, I realised how great the textures were. They look really good. The sounds are incredible. It's nice to be able to do the cold start. You can do a quick one, or you can do the longer one with all the tests. Everything seems to be in there and working and doing its thing, and it just felt like you were in an aircraft. It felt immersive. You could fall into it. You weren't sitting there going but this, but that. It was just kind of get in and enjoy it. And even if you found something that wasn't quite right, or something was missing, or there's a little bug here and there maybe, that didn't even notice, it wasn't even looking, nothing really hit me in the face and said, this is a problem, or this is going to thwart your enjoyment of this module at all. It's extremely high quality, and that took all of us by surprise. And sometimes, you know, these releases happen and there's been bugs and there's been problems or crashes, but no, it was pretty spot on. The flight model, once you're up in the air, it feels like you're flying. And even though none of us have flown F-14s, I've flown in real life light aircraft and gliders, I know that there's certain traits to aircraft, such as vibrations, such as the way that the flying through the air captures the aircraft, and you get those jolts and vibrations and stutters and shudders, and it's just, air is lumpy, it's never smooth. It's even on the clearest day you hit thermals, you get turbulence, you get all manner of things going on. You get side slip, you get all of these things going on, and the F-14 seems to simulate that extremely well. You can hear the rushing of air that increases as you're flying faster, so it's feeding back to you, and the low speed is completely different to the high speed handling, and that is absolutely fantastic. You can really tell the difference. It struggles, it tells you before it's going to kill you, you can kind of judge its departure, and you can get a sense of where you can push it and where you can't, and you're getting to learn the limits of the G's, and that for me is extremely interesting, and it's super fun to fly. Now, on top of all that, and I'm by no means a fanboy, if I find something that I don't like, I will say this is not good, this needs sorting, or I'm not happy with this. But the Rio station, having someone in the back, even though Jester's done really well, having another human being in the back who can be quicker and choose things quicker than you can when you're in the front on your own, it's just loads of fun, and it's really great, and it works. It just works. There's no real connection problems that I've experienced. There's no frame rate loss, there's no major problems in any way. It just seems like smooth as silk. You connect up, the guy gets in the back, and you go off flying together, and you can operate the systems and do the lantern pod and the feedbacks. There's no delay. It's really fast connection, to where you're not sitting waiting for him to click a button and 2 minutes later something happens. It's almost instantaneous. It's just that quick. So the network coding and the way they've done it is really great, and hopefully that more modules will come along that takes advantage of this, because it is so good. Also, what's great is that you can have two sets of eyes looking out, so you can one can look out for fighters whilst you're flying, he does the bombs, looks for the targets, you make sure the aircraft's going thing, you can make decisions together, you can chat, you can use the intercom and SRS. It's just really fantastic. It's well worth a try. If you haven't tried it yet, find someone with an F-14, put them in the back, go fly, and swap it out if you want to. You won't be disappointed. It's a really different flying experience to flying on your own, but it's, if you have the right person that you're friends with or get on with and has the same passion as you do, you will have hours and hours of fun doing it and learning together and bombing stuff together and shooting stuff down and chasing bombers, and it's really good. So there have been a few bugs. It's inevitable. You can't get away from it. People have different systems, different clients, different connections, but essentially the bugs aren't game changing. They do not pull away from your experience or your enjoyment, really. There's only some bugs that I've had, like with Jester. So you do air-to-air refueling, and he starts spouting out all of his lingo and mocking you and laughing and stuff, but over and over repeatedly. But I'm sure these little things, little nags and niggles, which seem quite minor on the face of it, will be sorted out, you know, in due course. I shouldn't expect, the way that Heatblur have approached this, that we'll be waiting long for that. There's been some things in multiplayer, as there always are, that have kind of been a bit of a frustration, but they're not I do not want to fly this. It's just a case of swapping out the aircraft and then trying again, and it's, you know, the next one that you spawn into works fine. But we've had it with the lantern pod in the back hasn't shown up with the stick. When putting it on the aircraft when first joining a multiplayer server, we've seen that once, and it generally there were a lot of people on. Maybe we didn't connect up right, or there was a bit of desync, or there was something going on which may not be a bug, it just might be a busy time where everyone's spawning in, say. So there is that to it. But like I say, it's not a game changer, it's not something that happens every time, and it's happened once in a week, and I've been flying this aircraft every single day, doing 2 or 3 sessions a day in it, and streaming it, and with a human Rio, and it's been absolutely fine. It's been real good. So, you know, we've had some bugs where when you swap out, you spawn in, then you spawn again, then you spawn again, where the standby artificial horizon freezes, the ADF no longer spins, but they're not that essential. You don't miss them, and you can just come out properly, come back into the game, and it, you know, or the sim, and it starts again. So yeah, it's a couple of little tiny things, but they're nothing that's ever going to make you think, I do not want this aircraft, I do not want to fly this module, I wish I spent my money elsewhere. It is incredible value. So in conclusion, after this last week, what can I say about the F14B Tomcat by Heatblur? I am absolutely 100% sure that this has been the best module, I think, in my view, released for DCS yet. It appears that Heatblur have really pushed the bar to the highest level, and I am not a fanboy of anyone. I do not kiss ass or anything like that, but I am shocked at how good this module is from the get-go. It's excited me, it's interested me, it's intrigued me. I've gone to the NATOPS because I want to learn more. I want to fly it every day. I enjoy having the Rio in the back. Love it when other people are around and flying the F14 as well. Love looking at it, taking screenshots of it. It is a phenomenal module. It's great fun, great value for money. But yeah, it's almost I was lost for words, because it was, we were all thinking, yeah, well, the release candidate may not have been tested properly, or it may have launched too quick, or, you know, the usual things that go through your head. And it was just slapped everyone in the face and said, wrong, not this time. So my hat goes off to them. They've really set the bar high, and especially to get the multi-crew working as well as it is. And we've been waiting so long for a decent aircraft with a decent multi-crew that just works, and you can work together, and the systems and everything, and it's just all there. It's a complete package. Don't know how they did it, but they've done it, and it is phenomenal. So if you haven't already, have a closer look at it. But if you have it, you will know what I'm talking about. It's just fantastic, and I loved the Harrier, and I still do, but the Tomcat really has raised the bar to a level that others, shall we say, are going to really have to push to up their game to a large degree, as the attention to detail is phenomenal. So anyway, I just wanted to give my thoughts for the after the first week of the Tomcat. I'm really enjoying it, really surprised by it. Its depth is amazing, and I'm looking forward to doing more and more missions and more flights later on. So thanks for listening. I hope that was interesting for you, or helped you in your decisions about the Tomcat. Maybe you've got a different opinion, or you agree with some parts and not others, or leave your comments in below the video, and I'll have a look at them, and it'd be great to see what your thoughts on the F14 are. And I shall look forward to seeing you at the next video or live stream. So take care of yourselves. enjoy your DCS. Take care.